Good afternoon. We're back with another episode of the LOTR LCG progression series. As always, I'm playing solo, and today's quest is the Antlered Crown, the last quest of the Ringmaker cycle. I'm playing the Galadriel, Celeborn, Beorn deck from last quest with a couple of changes. I swapped in Treebeard and Ride Them Down, which I want to try out. So, for the setup, I take control of Chief Turch. He is an ally, immune to player card effects. Can't leave play, okay. One copy of Dunland Battlefield is the active location with a doom clock of 3. And one copy of Raven War Camp is in the staging area. I have a special deck for this one, the Raven deck. And I choose one enemy from the Raven deck and add it to staging. So let's see what's in here. Preferably I'd like to choose something Beorn could handle if possible. That looks good, but it makes an attack after I draw cards. This looks fine. So let's see. Yeah, I add it to the staging area, not reveal it, so I don't have to trigger the when revealed. Although I would like to, because that's a good when revealed for me. And let's see here. Make sure everything's shuffled. What's on the other side? Doom clock 3. After the last time counter is removed, remove one time counter from each location in play. This has a doom clock as well. And you put Raven card decks into play or deal damage to characters. Okay. So this is 10 progress to advance. Alrighty. Well, let's give this a try. Let's see. Lorien is good, but it doesn't have a use right now. Oh, I didn't have Nenya. I probably should have mulliganed. Well, oh well, let's reduce threat by 1 and draw a card with Galadriel. I'll play the Silvan Refugee. So I'll have a target for Feigned Voices. Could have also played Lorien and played the Galadriel's Handmaiden, but there's not much difference between them for now, so I'd actually prefer Feigned Voices to target the Silvan Refugee due to its cost, although there's not much difference in this situation. And the Galadriel's Handmaiden does offer threat reduction. But anyway, let's give this a try. What do we get? Another Raven War Camp, so it's 2, 3, 4, 5 to 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 2 progress. Going to optionally engage the tribesman. He can attack for 3 damage, and then Beorn can kill it. Now, this is a bit confusing. Oh, never mind. So we just one off the doom clock for each of these doom clocks, and then we're on to the next turn. Very good harvest is good because I'm going to play it and name leadership so I can get out Faramir. 1, 2, 3, 4. So when you play this, you can name a sphere, and until the end of the phase you can spend resources of any sphere when paying for cards that belong to that sphere, so I can get out Faramir right away because I really need the quest power. So let's quest. Well, first I'm going to draw a card and reduce threat. Okay, got a Silverlode Archer. And now I can quest and exhaust Faramir. And the card is, when revealed, attached to the current quest. After a player draws any number of cards, raise threat by 1. Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4 to 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 5 progress. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So got 1 location cleared. I'll move to the war camp. Reduce the doom clocks on to the next turn, and I drew a card, so I raise threat by 1. Orophin is a good draw, but I can't play it yet. I do think I will play Lorien, and I'll exhaust it to reduce the cost of the Handmaiden by 1, which lowers my threat by 1. She doesn't have to exhaust to commit to the quest this turn. I'd like to get out Treebeard as well. But anyway, I'll just quest. She doesn't have to exhaust to commit. Well, first, before I do that, I'm going to lower threat by 1 and draw a card. It's another Handmaiden. Okay, can't play it this turn. Now I will commit Galadriel's Handmaiden and exhaust Faramir. And let's see what we get. It's a Raven Village. Okay, so it's 2, 4 to 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 9 progress. And off goes that location. Going to move to Raven War Camp, I think. Well, maybe Raven Village. The reason is because that doom clock is guaranteed to go off. This one is not. Well, actually, I think this one might be. So I'm confused about how this works. Which doom clock goes off first? Guess it doesn't matter. So we got doom clocks going down. So first, let's resolve this one. After the last time counter is removed from this location, draw the top card of the Raven deck and put it into play, engaged with me. That's not bad. But it's put it into play, not reveal it, so I don't get the draw card. And we set this doom clock back to 2. Or 3. And then when this one goes down, you remove 1 time counter from each location in play. So that one's going to go off too, which means reveal the top card of the Raven deck and add it to the staging area. This one is revealed. Okay, but it doesn't have a when revealed effect. So then this one gets set back to 2, and that one gets set back to 3, and that resolves everything. That's a little confusing. So that's going to attack, so I ready up everything. Draw a card. And the Berserker's going to attack. I will put that attack on Beorn. The attack is for 3. 2 damage. Okay. Now what do I want to play? Do I want to play Treebeard? 1, 2, 3, 4, and I could also play the Galadriel's Handmaiden. What are my alternate plays? I don't know if I have another good alternate play. Let's get Treebeard out. Comes into play exhausted. Can also exhaust Lorien and then play another Galadriel's Handmaiden, which reduces threat by 1. No, before I do any of that, actually, I want to reduce threat because if I draw Nenya, that'll change my plan. Okay, I don't. So Treebeard and Galadriel's Handmaiden. Alright, Treebeard enters play exhausted, collects 1 resource per resource phase, so I will add 1 to him. By default, he'd have 0, so he's just going to get 1 per turn. Now, what is the plan for this turn? I want to quest with her, so I'll commit her. She doesn't have to exhaust. Beorn can handle that guy, but I want actually Beorn to handle the Berserker first. So he'll tank probably. I'll have the Chief Turch tank one of the attacks. Or actually, I think I'll probably Feigned Voices one of the attacks. The Tribesman. And then Beorn can handle the other one. So it's just quest, exhaust Faramir, quest with Celeborn. Or do I want to leave Celeborn so he can handle, those two can handle the, yeah, I'll do that. Alrighty. Card is another village. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 to 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 for progress. Clears that location. On to the next village. You will engage. So Feigned Voices the Tribesman's attack, bringing the Refugee back to hand, and this attack will go on Beorn for 1. And I'll have Beorn take out the Berserker. And Celeborn and Chief Turch can take out the Tribesman. I think last turn when I drew a card I forgot to add a threat for the old hatreds. Alrighty, end of turn. Doom clock down. Drew a card, so I add an additional threat. And I will use Galadriel to lower threat by 1 and draw a card. Okay. Can play Silvan Refugee for 1. And I think that's about it for this turn. Next turn I'll be stronger. Yeah, I think I just pushed through this turn, right? Exhaust Faramir, quest with everyone else. I'll leave. Those two can deal with any threats. When revealed, attached to the current quest, after the player draws any number of cards, deal 1 damage to a character. Okay. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17. To 2 is 15 progress. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. So that completes that quest phase in Raven Village, and we're on to the next phase. For this phase, we shuffle the Raven deck discard pile into the Raven deck. Oh, well, I think I was discarding the cards into the wrong discard pile, but that can't possibly have affected anything, so let's just go grab the Raven cards and put them in the right discard pile. That came from the Raven deck? Let me see. No, I don't see any of those guys. So there must be some actual enemies in the encounter deck. Raven Warrior. But there were 14 cards in the Raven deck to start, and so now we got 14 again. I don't know why they just went back, but anyway. For the setup, you shuffle them into the Raven deck, so let's just put them back, shuffle. Yep, okay. Then each player takes the top card of the Raven deck and adds it to staging. So what do we get? It's a Dunland Chieftain, which can potentially bring another Dunland enemy into play. So that's a more formidable one. Now we just got 15 progress to make, another Doom counter of 3. each location in the staging area gets +2 quest points. Okay. I'm going to go ahead and move to the Raven War Camp. At the end of the turn, the Doom Clocks go off, so I'm going to get another Raven deck card put into play. Engage with me. What do we get? It's a Dunland Prowler. He is not revealed or anything, so those abilities that he has doesn't really matter. And then I add 3 to the Doom Clock, and we're square. Alrighty, still looking for Nenya, so let's draw a card and lower threat by 1. I think I would like to get Rumil out. But first the Silverlode Archer, I could deal 2 damage that way. But I don't have the resources for Rumil, so... Orophin also. Is there a Silvan in the discard pile? I don't think so. Probably play Silverlode Archer then. For 2 after Lorien is exhausted. Yeah, that seems good. And he can commit to the quest without exhausting thanks to Galadriel. That's who I will commit. I'll leave Treebeard back. Okay, well I could commit Treebeard because he can ready himself with his 2 resources this turn. But I kind of want to use him to attack and defend. So what do we get? It's a when revealed, remove 1 time counter from each location in play. Place X time counters on each location in play with no time counters on it. Oh. I've been making it harder on myself. Once this location went down to 0, I wasn't supposed to add any time counters. So I think I just got an extra enemy that I would not have gotten otherwise. Whoops. Oh well, not going to undo it now. I just assumed that the Doom Clock goes back, but I guess now that I think about it, every time it's supposed to, it specifies. Okay, well anyway, this says place 1 time counter on each location with no time counters on it. Oh, place X time counters. So basically, from each location in play. So there would be 0 on there, and then I place 3 on there. But if there's no locations in staging, this gets surge. Okay. And it's a Raven Warrior. So, after it engages a player, remove X time counters. Okay. So it's 3, 6 to 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. To 6 is 10 progress. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Clears the last location. Now, which of these guys do I want to fight? Do I want to fight them one at a time? So he could attack Treebeard for no damage, and then he would die. I guess it's just one at a time. So here we go. No damage. Well, I mean, Treebeard could ready up. So I guess I could fight both, but Beorn would be taking some damage, so I'll just do this for safety. 5, or actually I can go 3, 6 since he's got +1 this turn. Kill that. And Doom Clock down by 1. On to the next turn. Okay, so if I play a very good Harvest, I can play Orophin for 2 or for 3, and then Rumil for 4, which would deal 1, 2, 3 damage. to one of these guys. That's nice. It doesn't really change the situation. Yeah, doesn't really change the situation. Interesting. Or should I save Rumil to help with the boss? Because he's not immune to player card effects. I do have 2 copies. Interesting. I think I want to play something this turn. Or maybe I don't. Maybe I want to just hold back. Play the Elrond's Counsels to lower threat. Just kind of ignore these guys or engage them one at a time. Very interesting. Orophin. Maybe it's too greedy to hold him back and wait for a perfect usage. I'll owe Lorien and I'll good harvest so I can play Orophin using Galadriel's resources. Well, first, before I do that, I'll exhaust her, lower threat, and draw a card. Does that change anything? I don't think so. I'll good harvest, play Orophin. And then I'm gonna quest with, I'll commit him to the quest. He doesn't have to exhaust. Commit, exhaust. I'll leave those characters up. And we get doomed 3. Each player draws 3 cards until the end of the round. Players cannot play events. That's a bizarre card. Why would drawing 3 cards be bad for me? I guess the Raven Warrior has, I don't know. Based on what I've seen so far, that seems just unequivocally good. Oh yeah, I forgot I had Mirror of Galadriel in this deck. I wanted to try it out. Well, now I wish I had Spirit Resources. Because I could kill one of those dudes with questing progress. Oh well. I'm gonna double Elrond's Counsel this turn, lower threat by 6. So we got 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17 to 6 is 11 progress. And we're on to phase 3. Plus 2 progress for the Elrond's Counsels. Phase 3. Is that the last phase? Yes. Okay. When revealed, add Raven Chief and Raven Chief's camp to the staging area. He's only got 15 threat. Take the top X cards from the Raven deck and add them to the staging area. X is the number of players minus 1, so 0 cards for us. After the last time counter is removed from the stage, each engaged enemy makes an attack. Place 2 time counters on this stage. At the end of the round, if Raven Chief is in the victory display, the players win the game. Okay. But first the camp has to be cleared, so Doom Clock 3, exhaust each damaged character, and then reset it. Okay, so we'll move there. He engages whether I want him to or not. I think I'll just leave those 2 there. Cannot have attachments. Cannot be damaged. When he attacks, remove 1 time counter from the active location. Alright, he's going to attack Treebeard. Discard an attachment I control. That's Lorien. And Treebeard takes 2 damage. Move 1 time counter. That's actually going to be it. Because I can't attack back at the moment until I clear this Raven Chief's camp. So, Doom counter down by 1, Doom counter down by 1. On to the next turn. I want to use Mirror of Galadriel. I don't think discarding a random card is really that big of a deal right now. I wish I still had Lorien out. I could play another Silverlode Archer and then Rumil. But I can't... How much damage would I have? 1, 2, 3, 4. Not enough to kill anything, so... So do I try out Mirror of Galadriel here? Just for funds? Sure. Why not? Though, I actually think I want to save my resources for Ride Them Down. Let's exhaust Galadriel, reduce threat by 1, and draw a card. Another Mirror of Galadriel. These were all stacked up together. I'll play another Lorien. I'll play Naith Guide for 1 after exhausting Lorien. I'll use the ability on Celeborn. The only point to questing is to clear that location. So I'm going to quest, at least with those, plus Celeborn. So that's 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. That would be 7 progress right now. She doesn't have to exhaust to commit, so 16. Be 10 progress right now. I probably need a little more. Exhausting Faramir. So I'll exhaust Orophin as well. Treebeard's got 4 resources he can commit to. There we go. Do it like that. What do we get? Okay, no immediate effect. So 3, 6, 9, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22 to 9 is 13 progress. So into the victory display that goes. Now he can be damaged. I'll ready Treebeard up for 2 resources from him. So he can pay 2 resources to ready an end character. And he can attack Treebeard. I'll have him attack the chump. If I do that, I'm going to lose the Silvan Refugee too. But I'd rather have a guarantee that Treebeard will be able to help with the attacks. So attacking enemy gets +1 where X is the time value on the active location. There isn't one because I chose not to move there, assuming this would be the last turn. So just a dead Naith Guide, which also discards the Silvan Refugee. Now I can attack back for 4, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. That's enough to kill him. And that will end the quest. Well, this was the first time I've ever played this quest. I have no idea if this deck is good against it or if the quest isn't very difficult. Or maybe I just got a good or a really lucky draw. I really like Beorn against the smaller enemies, and I didn't get in any Dunland Chieftains for a while from the Raven deck, so that was good. Or any Raven Warriors. Interesting, kind of complicated quest, a lot of things to keep track of, but yeah, this went pretty well. I enjoyed playing this deck. I didn't get to try out Ride Them Down or Mirror of Galadriel, but Treebeard seems good. Seems very good. Might even be the best ally currently available. So, Raven Chiefs in the victory display. Players win the game. And thank you for watching.